The many Hardy Feroda 1000s that I'm able to attend.
You know, John, it's an interesting development in the race because in American stock car racing, some of our 500-mile races have been won by drivers who have come from a lap down or even 2 laps down. Now, Brock had trouble earlier today, came into pits, lost the lap, got the lap back, and is now leading the race. And to me, that's really driving a racing car.
It is. It reminds me a little bit, Chris, at home, the racing we see of the Wood brothers, the number 21 Purelator Mercury. They seem to know what to do. It's a very professional operation, and he obviously drives the car very well.
Well, we just talked, your viewers heard me talk with Peter Jansen, and the car in second place is content to stay in second place. They're not going to push. They're really concerned with staying ahead of the third place cars, so we've got a static situation right now, and but things may liven up as the race wears on, but right now it's a very steady event. Back to the tower.
Thank you, Chris Economaki, speaking with John Cooper, the honoured guest of this year's Hardy Feroda 1000. We've been watching 2 of the Mazda RX7s barreling around in close company. 39, the one in front, was Barry Jones. The earlier report we had as far as he was concerned was he'd been out with a crash. He may have had a crash, but he's crashing around at a pretty fair rate of knots now. Although it hasn't been a terribly good race as far as the rotary engine Mazdas are concerned. We might ask our IBM people, in fact, to punch up the score as far as Mazdas are concerned in this race. But this is Barry Jones, the man who did so well in the earlier model Mazda at Amaru Park races this year. Not allowed to run the old RX3 because it's out of fashion, so he's running instead the RX7.
Barry's completed 61 laps. The race is on lap 116.
So that's a different. But it does indicate the spirit of these drivers. They have troubles, they get the car fixed, and they come back on the track. And they give their sponsors and the crowd their money's worth, there's no doubt. Barry Jones, one of the real characters who has emerged this year from relative obscurity to be one of the top runners in sedan car racing. That's how Mazdas are going generally. See there the leading one, even though they've lost so many laps. 52 behind the leader. But Barry Jones in front from the Cloud Rooster machine. They had troubles very early in the piece. In fact, they lost 2 of the cars in the pitch within the first half-dozen laps. Jones wasn't happy with the prospect of having to change from his reliable RX3, the one that his wife used to take shopping, because he felt that he wouldn't have time to develop the RX7 to the same pitch that smaller but very potent car was achieving.
People might have a problem also, Evan, in the Peter Williamson pits. I noticed a while back that they were all gearing up, and a little piece of conversation that I heard on the two-way suggested they may have been able, or Peter might be coming back in.
And say that he had some oil in the car, inside the car, on the floor.
Yes, it sounded a bit ominous if you got a leak through a seal, say, in the gearbox. He was also referring in rather unkindly terms to Dick Barber's Camaro, but the message is he has a gearbox problem and he can't get the gears, which is why he was travelling at a fairly leisurely pace in front of him.
There's a new leader, by the way, in the 1600cc class, the Mitsubishi Lancer car 57, with Ian Burrell and Rob Shute, who's now the leader in that class, ahead of car 54, which is a Gemini driven by Terry Finnegan and Peter Dane. And the third spot in that 1600cc class is held down by car 65, and that's the entry by the Formula Ford Association of Australia, driven by Bob Holden and David Earl, the Escort gear. And
that's Bob Holden, who has been in every one except one of the Hardy Ferodas, and one here in 1966, one of the great enthusiasts. Let's now call upon the IBM scoring service to show us the positions as far as the field is concerned. We have Peter Brock stretching out his lead over the second place car, which is the Peter Jansen machine, by about 3 seconds per lap.
Yeah, Brock a minute 36 in front now of Peter Jansen.
This is Barry Jones in the RX7, 57 behind the leaders, but going on and typifying the spirit of so many of the contestants here at Mount Panorama.
Peter Brock in 05 for the Marlborough Holden dealer team has completed 116 laps.
Which puts him one ahead of Peter Jansen and Larry Perkins.